Okay, today we're going to be trying to do some work on the headlights here. This is a 99 F350, and I'm going to be swapping the headlights out, these old nasty dingy stock ones, for some pretty sweet looking upgraded SPYDER LEDs. So we shall see how this goes. This one's actually for the driver's side, but I'm going to start on the passenger side and just see how it goes. So first thing we're going to do, there's two retaining screws down in here. Hopefully y'all can see them, but there's one here. Trying to get my headlamp in there so you can see. One there, and there's one over here. So these two Phillips head retaining screws will take those out, and that should let us take out this bottom trim light. Okay, sure enough, got that piece popped out. Your two light sockets that go in the back, they're just you know, not even a quarter turn to the left. They'll pop loose and slide out, and then you can set the whole fixture on the ground. So now we're going to be working on getting this rest of this full assembly out, which should just be, there's this retainer clip right here and a retainer clip here. Now the manual, the Chilton manual says about some lower retainer clips, but I can't see any lower retainer clips, and the videos that I've seen say just pop these top two and then they'll come loose. So let's give it a shot. Okay, so we got the main headlight out. The one thing I forgot to mention, there's the two retainer clips up top, but down here on the bottom there's this kind of spring-loaded clip too. And actually what I did to make it a lot easier, I pulled my battery out. So taking the battery out, I got all sorts of room to work in here. So I got the main headlight out, so now it's just a matter of tinkering with my wiring and figuring how the new one fits in. Okay, so we're doing a little bit of a quick electrical testing here because we've got to figure out what wires are what. We're going to splice in our all the accent lights are going to go in with the marker light here, with the marker light or the blinker. So this is the wire and the fitting that connects from my marker light and blinker, and you see I've got a white, I've got a brown, and I've got a black. Well, everything on the directions for the most part says black is ground, white is hot, which just drives me nuts because in residential everything white is ground, black is hot, but act like I didn't say that. So let's check and see what we got here. I'm just going to reach in the back on this white wire. And right now I've got my blinker on. So you can see my voltmeter here. It's bouncing all over, right? So that's my blinker. Directional. We're going to go in the middle. Forgive my fat finger in the screen there. Go in the middle on the brown wire. Get her plugged in. Okay, we're plugged into the brown wire. And you see, constant, 11.5. We go into our black wire. Nothing. So our black, that kind of answer, well, see it bounces there just a little bit. So our blacks are ground, our brown is our constant, and our white is our blink. I guess it's actually white with a blue stripe maybe, but we'll just call it white, brown, and black. So we're going to splice into the brown for my constant marker light and black for the ground. Okay, now you can look up the video that SPYDER actually put out on the wiring diagram, but it's real simple. You've got black and white wires here for your LED accent lights, and then you've got red and black wires here for your halo rings. And this actually got, I think this is the little LED transformer, whatever it is, because you see wires come out of the back side and they go into your halo rings, but that's already all pre-wired, so don't mess with any of that. You might just tape it up to kind of keep it clean and organized. Don't mess with it. So all you're going to do is take your red and white, because those are your hot wires, take your blacks and twist them together, and then those are the two that you're going to splice in with the power wire on your truck. Okay, so got them all taped up and spliced up down in there. I know, I guess I should have showed you as I did it, but I told you how I was going to do it. I did get excited and stripped the wrong wire first because I'm a dummy. Oh, and now it's starting to rain. That's annoying. Got everything snapped and clipped in here. I'm going to try to get this shoved in real quick. Okay, so we got it all to line up and fit, but let me show you what I had to do. I had to make a couple cuts here, okay? So this plastic shield is designed to fit a factory light, not an aftermarket light. I didn't see on any videos where they said you had to cut stuff, but I promise you, I tried and tried and tried to make this thing line up and fit, and it just simply would not. I tried extending these bolts out so that I could basically, you know, reach to put the clips on the back. And when I did that, I was left with a great big gap over here on the side, big stupid looking gap. So it wasn't fitting up right, and then my bolt holes on the bottom also down here weren't lining up right. So I did a little bit of cutting. So like I said, I cut that off just a little bit, shaved a little plastic off of there. If I can get to focus, there you go. Shaved a little bit off of there, and then actually had to cut out of this socket too, right in there, because I had the bottom fitting. Well, then this top shield around this top light was hitting right there on the plastic. So trimmed all that out, and now I've got it to fit. So let's get her set up in here, bolt it down, and we'll give her a test run. Okie dokie, so that's in on our test. I lost my freaking screw that goes down here. Oh, they're bright enough looking at them. Owie. Okay, so I got my right blinker on just for test. You can see my little accent LEDs are on, my halos are on, and I'm on low beams. And now we'll walk over here and we'll hit the high beams. See how that looks. High beams! Everything's working, which is great because I am not good with vehicle electrical. It always makes me nervous. And I think I got this one done. So now to try the other one and to try to find that screw. Yes, sir. Finished. And not for a lack of swear words, but they're in, they're snug, and everything on them works. I function tested right now. We're just on low beams. But I function tested all of it. I like the way they look. I'm really excited to see how much brighter they are after dark. Hopefully they're a lot better because those old Ford lights that get all yellow, they suck pretty bad. So something I noticed though about them, that just kind of dawned on me as I work, there's no way to adjust them. So I'm not really sure what you're supposed to do there, but I don't know if being the halo lights like they are, maybe they don't need to be adjusted, but I can't find any way to even put an adjustment screw on them. So that's interesting. But yeah, if somebody else out there knows how it's supposed to work, see on your old lights, you got these little doohickeys here, so where this snaps into the back of that case, then you can adjust that screw and that can give you a little adjustment up or down. And then on the top one here, you've got an adjustment that'll let you do an adjustment to right or left. I can't remember which one's which, but this one doesn't have that. This one has no way for those adjustments. I could have put the adjustment screw on here onto that thread, I think, for a top one, but there was no option to put it down on the back side for a lower stud. There was just no stud there. So whew, those suckers are hot. Well, I can feel the heat coming off of them. Hot. So anyway, they're in. This side sucked, by the way. Had all this big plastic battery case nonsense in there for the air intake and for the battery to sit in. I took all that stuff out. It's all scattered out on the ground. I'll put it back in, but had to take all that out just to get to that one retainer bolt, or that, not even a retainer bolt, it's just that little rubber grommet that would snap in there. And see, like I said, on these lights there's no stud that sticks through that or even snap it in tight, so there's no way to adjust that bottom. But had to do all the cutting work on this side just the same, but you know, I did it all up front and it set right in there on the first go, so that was lucky. But anyway, I like the way they look. So next we'll be in the market for a new grill and possibly a new bumper in the future. Just something, I don't know, I'd like a big, you know, ranch hand bumper, but this truck's already so long I don't think I need it. So for now, we'll just say we're happy with the lights.